Detroit, Motor City, and home to the sweet R&B sounds of Motown. It's the setting for our story about a man who's one of life's players. Meet Darrell J. Washington, a man who's locked in a cycle of gambling and cheating. His brother can attest to that. Meet Marcellus Washington.
Darrell, that guy, always looking to make a quick buck. Always. Man, I must have bankrolled that fool for years.
Darrell always hit up Marcellus for cash. But when it came to payback, well, that hardly happened. Meet Deandra Washington, Darrell's ex-wife.
He had the best clothes, the best moves, and he had the smoothest talk.
But Deandra caught Darrell using that smooth talk on other women. He was a hard man to trust, but she forgives him.
I know, I should have kicked him to the curb right then and there, but I made a commitment to him. I mean, Darrell was my man, for better or worse.
His various schemes and gambling are pulling in some serious dough.
Well, he was buying me furs and jewelry.
But Darrell was held in the vice of gambling.
This guy will bet on anything and everything.
Wow! Yes! Wow! Yeah!
Darrell's hitting a lucky streak. That's where all his money was coming from.
Poker and the ponies are his daily passion. But his biggest dream was hitting the big one, a lottery.
He would use the lottery every single week like it was a religion.
Thank God it wasn't drugs or gangs. Things were going good. We had money, and it was one of those good times.
But the good times and all the winnings are taking a toll on Darrell.
Wow!
It was changing his personality.
This is what I'm good at. This is what...
June 21st, 2001, Darrell and Deandra are out for dinner.
I'll be right back. Boom! Yelling.
Can we talk about something else?
You want to talk about what you're good at? This is what I'm good at.
Darrell's attitude is getting on Deandra's nerves.
No, let's talk about me. Let's talk about our winnings.
He started all his bragging. You know, I'm really living large now. It's all me. I'm the man.
I want it.
Deandra decides to bring Darrell down to earth.
I'll be right back, baby.
I'll miss you.
I miss you too.
Deandra knows Darrell will want to know the results of that night's lottery, so she quickly concocts a plan that involves the waiter.
And I told the waiter, he's going to come back, and he's going to ask you what are the lottery numbers for this week.
Can I get you to help me play a joke on him?
Darrell always played the same numbers, and Deandra knows them by heart. She writes them on a napkin for the waiter to deliver when Darrell asks.
And so Darrell came back from the John, and he checked his watch, 8:30, so he knew the lottery numbers were out.
Okay, could you just check the lottery numbers for me?
And the waiter went, and he did exactly what I told him to.
I think I got...
The waiter returns and gives the numbers to Darrell.
Darrell just froze. He starts looking confused. And then he starts looking around himself, all crazy and bug-eyed.
I won! I'm on fire! Jesus! I'm like, I love you!
Deandra's joke works.
You gambling fool. Sit down.
Don't tell me to sit down.
Deandra starts to think the joke worked too well.
You need to shut your mouth.
The confrontation escalates, and then Darrell makes an amazing admission.
I just won $9.5 million. You know, I'm gonna run off with your sister Monique.
My sister?
Oh, yeah.
And she's more of a woman than you'll ever be.
That was all Darrell needed. He was off, convinced he'd won the multi-million-dollar prize. He couldn't cash the ticket until the office opened after the weekend. But he and Monique checked into a luxury hotel and started spending. With his credit card maxed out, Darrell uses the ticket as collateral. With a bill approaching $23,000, the hotel decides to check in on the winning ticket.
I'd have paid $1 million myself just to see a look on his face.
Your card has been rejected.
Sir, who's this? I don't know.
Hotel security hand Daryl over to the police on allegations of attempted fraud. But it all worked out well for Deandra in the end.
I got Daryl out of my life. I found out about my no-good sister. And I got myself a new man who treats me correctly, like a lady. So thank you, Daryl J. Washington, wherever you are.
I won!
So a practical joke ends up delivering a bigger punchline than anyone could have imagined. But did you bet on it? If you had money on the story about gambler Daryl, who thinks his numbers have come up, then you're going to be out of pocket. That story was false. This well-worn urban legend showed up on the internet in 1996 as part of a series of jokes about gambling. The story is usually told the same way. A woman is the victim, and the man is always having a fling with the woman's sister. It plays on many emotions, from love and a sense of security to our risk-taker gambling streak. But you now know it's not true.